Welcome back to Where in the World is Michael Cooper. Sitting here with Michael Cooper, who is still on his long journey through the world while never leaving more, traveling to all these different restaurants on our game board, the Moropoly game board for 2009. And I believe you have now gone to a relatively exotic restaurant.
Yes,
finally. We've
yes.
been somewhere that's a little bit unusual.
Right, and I would like to mention that I think that, it's a good thing I'm not taking a real trip, because I don't know if we really did it, gas friendly or price, because I started in America, then I went to Mexico, then I came back to America, and now I'm going all the way to the Vietnamese Noodle Cafe. So, it's a good thing I'm not really traveling, because we maybe could have made it a little bit more,
Lots of frequent flyer miles there.
That's right.
Okay, so you went to Pho Lan, a Vietnamese restaurant, correct?
Yes, my first experience at a restaurant like this, I must say. So, and I will tell you, it was a good experience. I will now not be afraid. I think a lot of people, if you're like me, if you're not real sure about it, you don't go. And so this was a great experience. I'm glad I got the experience. It was really, really good.
So it is a Vietnamese restaurant. So what kind of food do they serve at a Vietnamese restaurant?
Well, that's what I asked when I went in there, and they said Noodle Cafe, and the first thing I said, well, is that all I can eat is noodles? And it is not like that at all. You come in and you have there's kind of two things on the menu. There's all different kinds of soups that have different meats and vegetables and things like that. And then there's noodles that you can get different kind of meats, and there's sauces that you can get with them. And then there's several other things. They have spring rolls, and if you eat Chinese food, which a lot of people do, spring rolls are in a lot of that. But it was really pretty cool. I ordered my food, and they brought me out this little bowl, and I wasn't sure what to do with it. So I had to ask somebody, and they said, no, that's the sauce you pour on it, after it comes out. And so then I got a big bowl. It's a big square bowl with noodles, and then there were thin strips of meat. And you can I ordered the B10. And the reason I'm just going to call it the B10 is because I probably can't remember everything or how to pronounce everything. But it had a certain type of a noodle, and then you get whatever kind of meat you want, chicken, pork, beef, whatever that is, and that comes on there with some different kind of veggies, and then you put your sauce on it, and then you mix it up. And like I said, it was really good. And from what I understand, it's kind of healthy. It's healthier food than normal going and eating a hamburger or something like that.
So noodles, I think people might be thinking noodles, we're talking we're not talking spaghetti noodles, or are we? What kind of noodles are they?
No, these were a white noodle, and now the person I was with, they called them vermiculi noodles. Mm-hmm. I would call them vermicelli.
Right.
So I don't know, but it was just kind of like an egg noodle that was kind of looked like a spaghetti noodle, but didn't taste like a spaghetti noodle. It was different, and the sauce was kind of a sweet and sour sauce, but not that orangey thick sweet and sour sauce. It was very flavorful, and the meat's cut real thin. Now, one of the things they do too, Brent, is they have a deal where you get the meat. It comes in like a soup, and the soup is boiling when it comes out, and then you get whatever meat you want, and you put it in there, and it cooks. It's cut so thin that it cooks right in the broth there as it's going, and you do it that way, and that's real popular, and people do that, and it's real healthy. People may say, "Oh gosh, raw meat, that's not." No, it's perfectly safe. It's perfectly good. Cooks it all the way through. It's cut so thin, there's really not any way it can't cook through. As a matter of fact, there was a gentleman sitting over to the side of us that had that, and he said, next time you come in, you need to try this. And I said, oh well, okay, I will. I'll try that. I'll try to do that. So it's kind of different. It's something kind of different. And I got to meet the owners, and she kind of explained to me, the different things that they do. So I know I will be back after the experience. So it's very, very good.
Now, you went into this restaurant really knowing nothing about what they served, or the kind of food it was, or anything. Were the people that greeted you and helped you, did they kind of help you through the process of figuring out what in the world the menu meant and what you were doing?
Absolutely. The waitress came over. She was very nice. I explained to her, said, hey, I have never been here before. I don't know. I'm not a real picky eater, but I am, a little bit leery of different kinds of foods. And so she said, no problem. She got out the menu, said, what do you like? What this and that. So I said, hey, I'm going to try this. She told me what she liked. And I they had a green tea there. I love tea. I'm not a coffee drinker. I love tea. And they had a green tea, and it comes in, and I don't know if it's a brand that they buy, and they put in there, and it was like a mango green tea, and I loved it. It was great. then it comes in a little cup and it looks like they shake it up.
Okay, so it had the sticky top that goes on.
It had the sticky top and the straw, and you stick the straw in
right.
it. And that was really good. And because I love green tea, when I heard they had green tea, I go, oh, yes, I get it. So I know the next time I come, I'm going to try a different flavor.
So they've got a lot of choices.
Got a lot of choices. And I didn't mean to get off there, but they explained to me everything they had and how it worked. And so I chose this. The next time I go in, I might try one of the soups. I like noodles, though. So it was really good for me. And I don't know, I'm kind of one of those, you know how us guys are. You know, we go to a place and we get the same thing every time. I know this is good. This is what I'm going to get. So I may be a B10er for the rest of my life when I go in there, but I will try to experiment a little and try. I've already told my wife, I said, listen, next week, well, let's go over there for lunch or something. And the owner, it's a husband and wife that own it, and she was very nice, came over, got a chair, sat down, and they were fairly busy, but she took the time to sit down and kind of talk to us a little bit and tell us about they have 2 small children, and they're both up there working hard all day and night, because I was trying to get them to come out to the theater. They said, well, I work every night. And then, they got 2 small, and when I say small, I think she's got a 15-month old, and so really good people. So they're out there just working hard, trying to make it, and they have a great restaurant. Her husband works in the back cooking, and she's in the front, but just a great place.
So your fear of Vietnamese cuisine has now been
I am no longer afraid, and neither should you.
Very good. And the drinks, I know you talked about the drinks, but that's really one of their specialties also, isn't it? The fact that they have so many choices of flavors.
It is, and I didn't.
Bubble tea, is that what it's called?
Bubble tea and different things. And now, of course, I didn't. Just as soon as I heard that they had she started naming off the flavors, and I heard mango. I said, give me the mango,"
right.
And I kind of quit. But that is something that's a specialty of theirs. I didn't dive into it like I probably should have. But like I said, I'm going to be going back and trying, the different flavors of the tea, and it was great. And all these restaurants I've been to so far, Brent, and I think this needs to be said, very affordable. I have not been to a restaurant yet where I left and said, hey, that cost me an arm and a leg. Hey, maybe it was good, but boy, I maybe couldn't afford to come, every day, or I couldn't afford to come. And most every place I've been to, I got a full meal left full dinner for under $10.
And this is not fast food. This is
this is not fast food.
This is a sit down, nice restaurant.
Absolutely.
Where you actually get a full service and all that.
That's right. You have a waiter and waitress, and so don't get me wrong. None of these places are, and even the Del Rancho. None of these are a fast food place. None of them have a drive-through. Well, Del Rancho has a drive-through, but all of them are nice places where you come in, you sit down, you're waited on. But I think it's a great value too, and you get a good meal for that, and I like that, because we eat out a lot with my schedule at the theater. We eat out a lot, and I've got my wife and 2 kids, and so when you go, I'm thinking I'm going to spend $60-$70 sometimes, but these are places that I could go get a great meal, great atmosphere, be waited on, get my food fast, hot, fresh, and I'm only going to spend $35-$40.
Good. Okay, so we've now made it across the ocean to Asia,
yes.
And we'll be returning there at a future date, I guess.
Yes, very soon. Saturday.
Oh, Saturday. What's Saturday?
Sushi.
Oh,
another one of those places I haven't been yet. So I am going to try. As a matter of fact, I think I've requested that maybe you kind of like sushi, but he loves sushi,
really
and so I've requested. I've said, Brent, would you come and tutor me on the sushi? And so hopefully I'll be coming back saying, hey, I loved the sushi.
I think you will.
Okay.
I really do.
I'm going to try it.
Well, make sure to check back in with us when Michael Cooper tries sushi for the first time.
Yes.